A lot of times when students add a list, they go right to a bullet list or a numbered list, and they forget about a definition list. They don't look at it in the book. They just skip past it. And the definition list was really important when it comes to formatting and adding structure to your page. So you could see it being used a lot more often on a products page, a menu page, because it's just like a definition. And then what it does is it takes the term and then the definition right below it, indents it, so it makes it easier to read. So like here, for example, a lot of students, what they'll do is they'll do a handcrafted burger. They list out the cheeseburger and then they go in and describe it in that same line. Well, that makes it harder to read. You don't see it, and so forth. So bacon cheeseburger. You know, what is this? One hot off the grill burger with American cheese. Well, that's great, but I want to make sure you can read the description. So a definition list is going to look like this. So really what happens is you have the word chocolate and then you have the definition right below it and it's indented. So it creates a nice, easier way to read. So what we would do, let me go back to my code here. For my menu, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and I have a typical list right here. Okay, so I'm going to make this into a definition list. So I'm going to start off by changing this to a DL and putting the closing DL tag down here. Now what I need to do is I need to make the term. So I'm going to put in the term, which is the DD tag. I'm going to take that closing tag. I'm going to put it after cheeseburger. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete that hyphen. Now this goes to definition list. So it's a DD. So I'm going to replace the closing LI tag. So again, what will happen is, again, I'll have a DT here, a closing DT, and then this goes a DD, just like that. Now that's all you got to do is you go in, you decide what the term is, and you decide the definition list. Now when I save this and come back and refresh, see how that it's still kind of grouped, but it's easier to read. Now what you'll do is you'll spend some time with the style sheet, and what I'll do is I'll go to my style and I'll put in a DT. And I want that to be bold, so I'm going to do font hyphen weight bold, and I want a little extra space between the terms, so I'm going to apply a style to DD, and I'm going to say margin hyphen bottom 10 pixels. Okay, now that all it does is put space after the definition. So watch what happens up here. Oops, I gotta save it. Oops, oh, hold on 1 second. Oh, I just have changed the link tag here real quick because I was working with this differently. Now when I refresh, notice how the space comes in play, notice that the text is bold, so it just gives you a little bit more control.